Woohoo! How are you? On a beautiful, cloudy day. I woke up this morning to a text from one of my friends, and he alerted me to Just a Lazy Gamer's compilation video where I was mentioned at the end of it. And in looking at different things going on and being called a traitor by 1776, excuse me, I was a little bit concerned that my truth would say that I was a traitor. My truth in the facts of the matter, because I mentioned what my truth was, what I saw, what I experienced, I've been called a traitor by the 1776. So I was like, okay, did a little bit more research on what's really going on, and I was in my phone because I'm like, I'm not having people that I have communicated with in my chats come back and say hi to me for a while. And I was like, well, I guess they're watching one of the other streams and no big deal, and, my wondering what was going on. And then to research and look on my phone, and I couldn't find where the moderators are. So then I realized that I had to go on my computer in order to go in and do all that in behind the scenes with moderators and approved users and users that are hidden. And I'm like, oh, so that's what happened to all you who used to comment, and we had a few good discussions. I fight for our First Amendment platform. I try to allow everybody their free speech on here. I have a religious belief of harm none and do as you will. And sometimes truth is brutal. That is a fact. But don't take away people from my YouTube chats or wherever because you're trying to hide the truth, what the facts are. Yeah, Mag Americans, I can't say that I totally agree with everything that the lazy gamer puts up in videos and his opinions, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna spew hate at him. We all wanted to know. I wanted to know. I was very uncomfortable to know when facts were presented to me. Very uncomfortable to be put into a position where I was expected to lie. I'm sorry, but I don't think so. That's not me. If people are going to have a problem because I'm stating the truth, well, holy sugar. That's not right. It's not right to purposely hide the truth, no matter how brutal it is, especially what had happened in camp. I was not ordered to have any moderators until people were questioning me about pedophiles in the chat, or people were questioning me about the pedophiles in the camp. Oh, that stream talk for themselves. He always links to streams and stuff that happens. It's not live. That's Fireman 17. That's the good thing. That's one of the things that I do like about Lazy Gamer. He states, but he also leaves a link to whomever, whatever he is talking about. And instead of just taking it as face value, it's like, yeah, you want to go back and you want to look over. And when he was talking about me being on there and about Telegram and having a list of, these are the traders, in 1776 and being in there and whomever, how they had put it in looking at everything and saying that I was on my way to DC, nada. I was hanging out with Jersey J, nada. Spoke with him in passing 2 times. If that counts as hanging out, and 2 times might have been a minute, both of those times, because he was always too much in a hurry for someone like an old so-called homeless woman with a pack of chihuahuas and a cat living in her car. People tend to overlook, and you never know to whom you're speaking to. So I didn't mind staying back in the shadows and observing what was going on. Just like many people who sit back in the shadows and observe what is going on. There were many people trying to turn the convoy into many different directions. That's it, Fireman 17. Facts are facts. And I hate to speak without my facts backing me up. I guess you can hear we're outside. I guess you can see we're outside. And the neighbors have dogs also. They're not chihuahuas, but they like to bark, so what can you say? They have a rescue over there. So anyhow, I'm not going to talk long today. I'm just going to come on and do a quickie to sum it up, because I'm going to go in and I'm going to do some more research. And I'm going to see what else is going on. Because I haven't been down there. I think it's the 7th. Because it's like trying to figure when that was. 4th, 5th. Okay, no, the 5th. The 5th is when I was... No, 6th. When we had gone, and I left on the 7th. There we go. I really have to look at my logbook, but... Santa has made a series of bad decisions by allowing people to stay with who are bringing bad image to movement. Correct, but Santa, in his own ego, is bringing a bad image to the movement. And yes, it's other people who, you know, I never met Bandit other than in passing. I had no words with Bandit, not even in passing. So I cannot make judgment on Bandit other than when he's stuck in mud. He really doesn't know how to get a vehicle out of mud, you know? I mean, that's what I can say about my observation with Bandit. And that was in, it was at the Speedway in California when it rained and it turned into a bowl. Oh, that was Sacramento. Yeah. How can I forget Sacramento? Yeah. So that's what I know. I know that he didn't know how to get his truck out of a mud bog. Research is something they don't do. If they did, they would know about a lot of stuff they believe. Anything there, yes, people tell them. Yeah, and I was really sad to see that they are not utilizing that stage that was brought for them. They are not utilizing other protests, because if they are we the people, then they should be supporting pretty much all people who are protesting. You know, especially the veterans. Holy crap, all of the veterans are the ones who risk their health and their lives for our freedoms. So to not stand behind a veterans protest and the excuse of, oh, didn't know, does that really go? You know, shouldn't you know what all's going on down there if you are determined, if they are determined to stay put? And do what? Other than stay put. I think it's pure ego to waste and think that you are so valuable that other people will support your waste in these arrests and the fines and the restitution and the legal defense for your willingness to break the law. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's a sad, sad thing. You know, I mean, I didn't want to see the convoy end the way that it did, even though it was a convoy through hell. I mean, to have it fizzle like that, it was a summation of the convoy through hell. You know, I mean, that you know, sizzle, but there's more to that story, and I'm sure that that's going to be coming out also. I know that there's people who know what happened in behind those closed doors. Yeah, I did note that with the white cough. That's that thing about the lazy gamer. You know, he might not always get it right, and he might not always. We do not sometimes share the same beliefs. I'll put it that way. Sometimes I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with him, and you know, on the things that he has one view, then I would like to give him another point of view. You know, that would be cool. But yeah, I tend to watch the Lazy Gamer, um, and that was the link that someone had sent me, and then I went over and there was a Twitter comment over there about what I had commented about the cult aspect of it. And if you yourself, we're going to go back to, do the research, and maybe Lazy Gamer or one of his followers will show the difference in the meetings. Yeah, I saw that Oreo bitch slapping, as he admitted someone. Sarah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can tell you what I do know is that before I left to go to California, I was warned, and I'm not going to tell you who or what was said in the warning, but I have been on guard and been keeping an eye out. Maybe not as much as I should have because of how we were treated and my PTSD was triggered. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about anything with Crystal last night, but I know I was watching that and knowing Crystal, and yeah, it's yeah, and that's what the problem is. It's seeing with your own eyes and then being told to deny what you see with your own eyes. That's where I had a problem, because I did not have moderators until I had a lot of people asking me questions about the pedophiles, which I had no knowledge of to that point in time. And then when I went to security with the question of, because I was like, okay, people, if this is true, show me and do something. If they aren't supposed to be here, make the calls. That was mine. Don't give me a job to do if you can do it yourself, because I have enough of on my plate, and trying to recover after that trip was a big part of it. So, such as good people want to fight for freedom. I still lead. Yeah, it is, but there again, it's we ourselves. What can we ourselves do? They might just be the spark that pushes each one of us who are listening to this to do something. And Sarah, I don't know who's who and what's what, and I haven't been with them since the 7th. I can watch live streams and see for myself what's going on. I see a lot of sitting, but then I also see the creating the chaos that brings more people in, donations in. It's like, the pay-per-view for reality TV. And that's pretty much what's been going on. And it's like, I can see both sides of the story, but really, oh, Mom, you and I can... X-Ray is the one who threw me off of the convoy in Sacramento with a sick dog, no money, and knew no one. And the reason is because he would not stop along the way. He kept us going. My dog doesn't like to use potty pads, so we both dehydrated ourselves. I didn't realize how bad she was dehydrated. I knew that I was dehydrating myself on purpose, but I didn't know she was also. And that was one of the reasons why. He was going to bring me a stethoscope when my dog was injured on one of the convoys to West Hollywood, but he conveniently ignored me. And yeah, I could always tell when he was the leader of the convoys, and trust me, it was not enjoyable to be in those convoys. When you can see a marked difference in whoever's leading, like my last time going into DC, in the dark, I had no idea who was leading out. But by that convoy, even in the dark, I knew it was X-Ray who was leading it. I knew it. And that's the last convoy I ever rode with him. Don't even get me started. Yeah, they hate any kind of counter shows. Police needs notice and pulled permit and kicked them off ground. Well, it's going to play out, trust me, and if they last until the 8th, they will be lucky. If they are able to get out of there without arrests and all that kind of good stuff, which, I don't know, that might be what they're going for, the fame and glory, you know, to be written in the history books that you held a stand. You sat on the lawn and waited for them to come down with their laws to arrest you. I mean, you know, well, that's not all they do. Yeah, they do provoke. And, you know, how many people have gone down sick and, you know, what, porta potties, you're going to get them cleaned once a week. Now you're going to get them cleaned twice a week. And how many people used them? Oh, that sounded like nails on a scratch board. I don't know about you guys, but... I'd say he's a prick, but truthfully, he's a cactus. Yeah. GLoLady, you had a good video from the 4th with Tony telling you about the no problem and did beat it and had him kicked out. And how the security are creepers at night. Yeah, and I hope that you did watch the whole video, because somebody had just, Meanwhile is the one who had picked out part of it and had put it with the pedophiles and made it look like, you know, oh, it's Big D that was doing the, you know, the drugs and, yeah. So he gave me an evil eye my last time I saw him, and I won't forget that evil eye if looks could kill. So I don't have any wish to go back and look D in the face anytime soon. Oh, well, yeah, Santa can try to get permits, but let's see. Trying to think of which one I saw, because it's, you know, it's also pertaining to violence. And when there have been 4 arrests, 3 of them being security people, doesn't exactly look like they're a peaceful protest. So I'm not quite sure about that one. You have another one when you were looking for the pedo and the camp and it's being covered up. Yeah, Zigzag. I do have, and it was shortly thereafter, might have been the next day or something like that, where you can really tell a difference probably in my chats where people are asking and this and that, and I know nothing at this point, and I go and report to security, and security goes and looks, and oh yeah, nobody's here. They were parked over here. This is what and who they're talking about. Okay, fine. It's taken care of. I can respect you doing your job. I'm out of it. But I remember what they had said about the car and the photos, and I was very shocked to see that, no sooner am I saying, no, there isn't anybody, when here's this guy and his girlfriend showing up. And I'm like, wait a minute here. Security's telling me, security knows, security's allowing, and then he's partying with Oreo that night. And I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Now, the next day I was really happy to see him when, well, let's rephrase or however, but I was happy to see him get up on stage and tell his side of the story. And that I could understand. I can understand with lawfare how, he was harmed as a child, and, train up a child and he has no idea that this is not normal behavior and acts out with other children, from what he said, being around the same age. I understand playing doctor, and I would hope every child person remembers, playing doctor with people. I'm talking other kids, not, it's always what you got. When you're a child and you're not taught, it's what's, what are we putting clothes on to hide ourselves for? I couldn't understand why my mother one day made me put a top on when I used to run around outside in just shorts with my brother. Why do I gotta put a top on and he doesn't? I didn't understand that. What? We have the same boobies. What's the difference? Why do I gotta put a top on? So, yeah, I understand the innocence of a child, and I understand lawfare. And even though I understand and I have compassion, the law is still the law, and the law strictly states. So, the night before, when I did see that he was in camp and nobody was doing anything about it, I did go around and speak with all the mothers who were there with their children to alert them to the fact that someone who was on paper was in camp, didn't know anything other than, told them to go speak with security, to Santa. And, speaking with Santa, that was like, oh yeah, he knows, he's good people, this is what it is, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I do have quite a few of them on there, and I know that David's Tent has put it out there, and that's it. That's it. It's the defending. The denying, not just the defending, it's the denying. I mean, you can defend him all you want. If you're going to defend him, then defend him in a court of law that changes that piece of paper that states that he's not supposed to be in a place with children. Okay, so he's supposed to be supervised in a place with children. But, well, there again, Zigzag, it's you know, kind of like the, you know, Biden winning, and they were suppressing the information regarding a laptop that had, yeah, and I trusted violent criminal gangs, says it's all good. Thanks, Zigzag 420. Yeah, I got a lot of interesting videos up on my YouTube channel. And, you know, this ain't my first rodeo. I really enjoy video production, and it is something that I would like to get into doing more. And that is the reason why I joined the People's Convoy. Not so much to be a live streamer for fame and glory, although I could very easily have gone in that direction, and I'd be sitting pretty right now if I did. But I didn't, because I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a principle. I'm here to find an attorney to build a First Amendment platform for we the people. Now, I see a way in which it can be done, and I'm hoping to find an attorney who can help me piece all these puzzle pieces together so we can possibly file a class action of we the people throughout the United States. So, I mean, we really need a First Amendment platform. We are losing. It was like, I mean, you know, I've been uploading for years on YouTube, and I have different playlists and my TV shows and portfolios and animal, and there's funny. You can watch the Tooth Fairy Quits on GLoLady33, and quite a lot of other ones also on Vimeo. If you hashtag GLoLady in whatever topic you want to know about, you'll probably find a video of a TV show or whatever that I've done in the past. So, thanks. I appreciate you telling people to check it out. I'm not a really great promoter of myself, and I guess that's my problem with, you know, I don't like asking for money. I like saying that I have a need, and if people can help, they will help. You know, the First Amendment platform, that first lawsuit that I filed, I did that on my own. I did that pro se. You know, very few people. I might have collected maybe a couple $100 to help me fight that. But it was years. It was years of my time that I worked on doing something that I had no idea what I was doing. But I know that there is a purpose for everything that we do, and that's what takes us down different paths of our lives. And it doesn't mean that we might not take a path that brings us back around. And that's where I'm at now. I'm on that path where I came back around, and I'm back to fighting for a First Amendment platform. And that's why I joined up with the convoy, because I thought that through the convoy, people who have the same mindset, who are for their freedom, their First Amendment platform, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of assembly. And we are free to air our grievances to our government. I thought these people who are so-called patriots were going to stand behind me in helping me to benefit them. Good morning, Elaine. That is you. How are you? It is a beautiful day on a cloudy sky. Yeah, Sam, it's like to put it out there, to put it out there. There has to be one. When I did the first lawsuit, I thought for sure I could find somebody, who wanted to stand up for our rights. And, I didn't. And I didn't even have a piece of paper at that time saying I had an associate in art. Since then, I have graduated with Associate of Art, Associates of Art in 2019. So I have a piece of paper saying I know what I know, but the instructions of the rules when I was writing that lawsuit was a 15th grade level. So unless you went to school for, 15 years, then understanding the rule book was really against you. And considering the average age for someone to read, or not even age, but the grade level of reading is 9th grade. And a lot of people, 5th grade level. So to read an instruction book of rules on how to do something, and if you don't know how to do it, it's dismissed. Well, isn't that kind of prejudice right there in that rule book? That's one of the things I brought up. And now they have mediators, and they got a bunch of stuff that's going on after I wrote that first one. But I'm like a pit bull. Get something in my teeth, and yeah, I don't let go. Especially when I see the corruption, once the smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, that was probably me just taking a drink. Oh, yeah, always good. Always good. Alternative sucks. Just remember that. Can always be worse than what it is in this moment in time. Can always be worse. So, I didn't want to do a long and rambling, but I did want to do an answer to being called a traitor by the 1776. And like I say, if standing up for truth and honor is being a traitor, then so be it. So be it. I'm refusing to follow what I'm seeing more and more as a cult, leading people to slaughter. And I keep looking back to the players in this, who was there from the beginning and who is still there. And I will give you a clue of who to look and see the background of. And it's going to be the least probable question, but think it, Brad and Angie, and then tell me who you think it is. They make things overly complicated to discourage people. Yeah, like I said, there's something in behind it. I don't know if it's just for the, the movie, Real Reality series, because we all know how exciting and addicting the drama-filled is. That why the live streamers signed off on the live stream with the People's Convoy. Does the People's Convoy own your live stream? So, That's what I wonder. Yeah, you too, Sam. It was good. I've got some things that I've got to get done, namely getting back on my computer and doing work. But once I went in and found out what had been done and, people who were hidden and I stand on a free speech platform. Yeah, there's always going to be, some people who want to come in and get under, and there's always going to be those porn bots or whatever you want to call them. But it is what it is, and I got to be true to me. Genius enters on insanity only when you're not true to yourself. And when I've tried to be who other people think I should be, I was miserable. So, I am what I am. It is what it is. As long as I believe that I'm going in a good direction, of good orderly direction, what you got, termite man, there's going to be nothing in the history books about this, trust me. In history about them sitting at the lawn, nobody's going to make an PDF page unless they do it themselves. Do you know how many groups there are that protest in the United States? Amen. Amen, termite man. Amen to that. And I hope that y'all can read what everybody's posting, because I like y'all to read. I don't want to be just, commenting just to comment. So you guys can let me know if you want me to read. That way I also understand the words, because I found out when I wrote that lawsuit that I had a disability, that I actually put words in and didn't put words in. And I'm like, wait a minute, it wasn't until I read it out loud that I started realizing my brain works in a whole different way, that I would see words and not see words, and it was interesting. But yeah, it's like how many groups are protesting at the mall on a 24/7 basis. Oh, here we go. I don't know if I can catch it. Can I catch it? It comes down every morning and goes back at night around the same. I haven't been able to identify exactly what it is, but I know it's a big bird. I don't know if it's an eagle or I think it's an eagle, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, and I've heard him mention several times, about going down in the history books, and that's all well and good, but it shouldn't be the main focus of what you're doing. That's my impression. Oh, I guess might as well not worry about it right now, because, well, I guess if I wait an hour, but then I have to wait until October, because I can't monetize, even if I get my 4,000 hours. I can't monetize with a community strike on it. And I have a community strike because I mentioned the V word 2 times. The first time they gave me a warning, and the second time, yeah, they took me down for a week. So, not that I make any money on YouTube. And it pees me off that they still put the ads on my YouTube channels, or channel, on my videos, so that they're making the money for their ads. But who knows? I'm not allowed to take them down. So, anyhow, I am getting another lawsuit done. I'm planning on going back to North Carolina, and I'm hoping that I gain the support of we the people who want to see someone doing something for we the people instead of just holding down the lawn. I mean, today, y'all are joining me in being a porch monkey in the country. So, still haven't seen the buggy go by today or yesterday. You know, what is it? I forget. This is twice I was out here, and yesterday I took you to another place where they actually have a buggy crossing sign, or beware of buggy cross, not buggy crossing, but I think you guys know what I mean. Horse and buggy. So yeah, you gotta be careful on the country roads when there's a horse and buggy, especially going around a turn. So, it's out of towners speeding. It's like being out in western North Carolina on the roads, the back roads there, and you have the bicycles, and you know, it's bad enough when you have the bicycles and they're single file, but then you have bicycles who think that they own the road and they're taking up the whole road. You know, not just single file, they're going at least double and taking up the whole road, and they are not going as fast as cars. So I'm surprised that more people are not killed than there are. So that's you know, always beware when you're driving. And the convoy, I wish I could have looked around a little bit more, but it was a very much pay attention. I'm not quite sure how many accidents there were along the way. Not sure how many people who were left behind and lost along the way, but I'm sure those numbers will slowly be emerging also. And yeah, Bandit was in that convoy for a long time. I will mention that until he was asked to leave in Sacramento. Don't know the whole story. All I know is I didn't see him after Sacramento until I think it was Bunker Hill. So I'm about talked out at this point in time, and I've got more work to do. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. But yeah, they don't want a war with me. They don't want a war of what the truth is and what I know. They really don't. Witches are angels in disguise. When you harm them, it will be your demise. You can say your big G is bigger than my little g, and it really doesn't matter, because divine law is divine law. And I'm not the one who judges, because I'm not God. If you want to play God, so be it. Anyhow, thanks guys. If you want to buy me a coffee, GLoLady. Hashtag GLoLady. Find me all over. See you, love you. Bye. 5.